So I was looking at my YouTube feed and I realized that there are so many YouTube channels focused on Linux, and I think it is a wonderful thing. It is a great thing, and I can imagine a lot of people are now encouraged to try Linux as their main primary operating system. But I was thinking that because there are so many channels right now on YouTube, if you follow one YouTube channel, then you are, of course, I'm sure you're also following at least 5 or 10 other channels, and there is too much information which can be a bit confusing, especially when you're trying to decide, let us say, which Linux distribution to use, or maybe if you are trying to figure out what application, what tool, what software you need to use in Linux that can replace the application that you were using in Windows or Mac. Now, what I wanted to share in this particular video is that try not to get overwhelmed with too much information. What I believe you should do, try and stick to one distribution for a while and try to customize it to your needs. Now, let us say you're using Windows. In Windows, we have so many things that are natively built in the operating system. Things like the way you control various applications, the shortcuts, and also when you are working with, let us say, your look and feel of your windows. You can change, of course, a few things like colors, and there is a concept of themes in Windows. When you are using Linux for the very first time, you will find similar things, but you should try to give yourself time to learn about how Linux works. I think the focus should be on the learning part instead of just replacing your existing operating system like Windows or Mac with Fedora or maybe any Arch-based distribution, or there are so many Ubuntu-based distributions, and even Ubuntu itself. When you replace these operating systems that you were using with a Linux-based OS, then you might be expecting everything to work straight away in the beginning, and it will probably never happen. I mean, no matter which distribution you will install, you will definitely miss things that you were used to for many years. So I believe in the beginning you should try to give yourself a lot of time. In fact, I started using Arch Linux for the very first time last year in November, and because I was using Fedora for almost 16-17 years, so I knew what I was looking for. I was not really looking for things that would work straight away out of the box. When you install Arch Linux for the very first time, you will get just terminal. But when you are installing, let us say, Fedora or any other distribution based on Arch, there are so many things that will actually work straight away in the beginning. Now, when you spend time in the beginning to figure out how to customize your operating system, when you try to figure out how to mount a drive, for example, that may not happen automatically based on what distribution you're installing, you actually end up learning quite a lot. For example, because I use Arch Linux, and I also use DWM along with ST and dmenu. It is very minimal window manager. So I have to do everything using my own scripts. I have to basically configure my own shortcuts. I have to even configure how my display manager should behave. I also have some custom scripts so that I can access my common applications using dmenu, for example. And of course, I use Emacs. That was the case for me even when I was using Fedora. But now I have to also make sure that any application that I was using earlier, which I am of course using now in Linux, but in Arch Linux, now I'm exploring various things that were quite obvious to me earlier. I mean, things like how you would automatically, for example, configure when you place your laptop. I use ThinkPad, and I also have one external display, this one, which is connected to my UltraBase. So basically I use UltraBase, which is a dock. Now in Windows, or maybe even in Fedora, when you place your laptop on the dock, your external display, which is already connected, will automatically get detected, and it will of course display things based on your configuration. But in Arch Linux, the moment you, let us say you have two desktops, which is usually the case because I'm using one more display. So I use Xrender to display things on my left hand side monitor, which is this one. And the moment I lift my laptop, I have to basically write a script to first check whether the laptop is docked or undocked. If it is docked, then look for the monitor, and if the monitor is found, then display the monitor, or using Xrender command, not X-ray, using Xrender command, display something on the left hand side. Basically, turn on the display which is of course available. And it is of course a simple thing. Also, I stopped using OBS completely, and now I use my own shell scripts. So basically I use FFmpeg to make my videos. And when you're using FFmpeg, you have to basically tell FFmpeg that this is your mic, this is your grab your display, your screen display from this monitor, and also grab your desktop audio from this particular source. So basically, when you do these things, it is number one, you're learning a lot of things. Number two, there is a tremendous fun and joy in doing these things using your own scripts. And when you are doing these things over a period of time, let us say you start using Arch Linux or maybe Ubuntu. I'm sure in the beginning you will find things to be a bit difficult, and you can probably find an application that can do those things for you. But if you try to do it yourself, if you try to do things using terminal, for example, when people start using Linux, they expect a Windows or a GUI based file manager, which is fine. I mean, I was always using a GUI based file manager even when I was using Fedora. But in Fedora, because in Fedora I was using KDE, and in KDE, when you're let us say using the file manager, you can press one key and it will open a terminal for you within that location where you are. But now I stopped using any user interface for file managers. I only try to use a terminal. I mean, I was using terminal before for 20 years, but now I try to do everything on the terminal as much as I can. I also started looking at some of the terminal based file managers like Ranger, for example, which is great, but now I just focus on terminal, and that is it. And when you're doing everything, because the great thing about Linux is that there is usually a terminal based application, so try to use the terminal based applications as much as you can, and don't rely on user interface. Don't try to use an application that can do the job for you in one go. Again, I'm not really saying that you should always do it. If you are supposed to, let us say, do something where time is also important for you, and you are just using and you just started using Linux, then of course try to use a software that can do the job for you. But if you are like me, if you are trying to get the most out of 10-year-old laptops, ThinkPad X220, and if you're trying to do everything yourself, writing your own shell scripts, then in the beginning there is a learning curve, but over the period of time you will basically have a collection of your shell scripts. You will also learn a lot of things, and in I think 6 months or maybe in a year, you will reach a point where you cannot actually go back to your Windows or Mac or even those user-friendly window managers like KDE, and this is something that I now really feel good about, because I focus, or I prefer using terminal for doing as much as I can. For example, recently, I promise I'll make a lot of videos on that particular topic. Recently, I was working with a lot of documents, a lot of PDF files. Now, I was looking for a PDF, a very lightweight PDF viewer, and I found one called Jathura, which is of course on the, if you go to the Arch Linux documentation, you will find some recommendations. So I tried Jathura, which is actually quite lightweight. And good thing about Jathura is that you can actually configure your own shortcuts. Like when you select something, you can actually configure what to do with that selection. Maybe you want to copy it, which is usually the case. But apart from Jathura, which is like a viewer, what I also was looking for some utilities, some terminal-based utilities to basically extract images from a PDF, or maybe to create PDF from images. I was also looking for a way to reduce the size of PDF files, or to unite multiple PDF files. So I have a lot of my own small scripts or some utilities that I can use and plug into my own custom scripts, so that I can get the most out of these utilities. And when you do these things over a period of time, and when you have your own local knowledge base or documentation, then in some time, I'm not really saying that you will become super efficient, super fast in doing things on Linux within a day or two, or within a couple of weeks. I think you need to spend at least months, or maybe I would say maybe year or two, to basically reach a point where doing these things, like let us say working on PDF files and doing something with those PDF files, where other people can probably spend hours, and you can do these things in literally in minutes, or maybe less than a minute, because you're doing everything using your own script. You are also doing everything using these terminal-based applications. And whenever you're working with terminal-based applications, and you have to do something in bulk, or something repetitively, then you cannot really compete. There's no comparison when it comes to doing the same thing with user interface based applications. So today I basically wanted to talk to you about don't get overwhelmed, which was of course the topic of this video, when it comes to using Linux or Linux based utilities. Number two, try not to look for simple solutions. Try to do it yourself. Try to customize your Linux operating system. It could be any OS, but try to basically make it your own. The good thing about Arch Linux is that when you start using Arch Linux, you actually end up creating your own distribution, and you will learn a lot. You will learn a massive amount of things that Linux has to offer. And when you do those customizations, you will realize that irrespective of the operating system, the fundamentals are more or less same. Of course, if you're using Ubuntu, or if you're using, let us say, Fedora, Red Hat-based OSs, or CentOS, or maybe Arch, there are some directory structure which can be different, which is different usually, but fundamentally things are quite common, and you can use that knowledge to, of course, get efficient with your day-to-day work, but it will also make you efficient when it comes to doing your job. For example, I use Linux as my main OS, and I have been using it for 20 years now. And I think when I don't really think, but I know for sure that when I look at other people, my colleagues or people who are using Mac or Windows, when I look at them and they're doing some things, or whenever they have to deliver something, or they're supposed to work on few things where they may be taking a couple of days, I can actually do those things. If not in days, then definitely in hours. But I have been able to do it because I know how Linux works, and when I work on Linux, I have basically my own utilities, shell scripts that are basically customized for my own workflow, the way I work and the way I want my computer to work for me. So focus on learning and customize. Don't hesitate. Don't shy away from doing things like breaking or hacking your own operating system. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.